How's it going?
Doing great, man. How are you?
Doing awesome. Where are you located?
I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Nice, nice.
And you are
So
somewhere?
I'm currently in Miami, but originally from California. So
Oh, okay. Okay,
yeah,
wonderful.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to do this call, which I know is super exciting. So
Yeah, that's great. Great.
yeah, well, Thomas would love to hear kind of like a background story about like how you came across us, like where you're from, what you do, and how you even got into trading.
Oh, okay. Um, well, I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana, of course, and I'm in a building trade, new construction building trade. And how I came across you is I've got kids that are trading. You know, they do the Robinhood, Whipple stuff or Webull stuff, and just on a daily basis, they would say, "Look what I did! Look what I did!" And I just kind of felt like, maybe I'm going to look at that too. And I came across your video on Facebook, and I was very impressed with the slow pitch. It wasn't hey, you want a brand new Maserati. It was just to me it made a lot of sense, to that you were trustworthy. Like I don't know how you come with stuff like that, but I just with the way you guys came at it, I just thought like, I might check into this just to see, because I didn't want to do the Robinhood Webull stuff. I wanted to learn how to trade, not, I didn't want to just gamble. And that was my perspective of stock trading, for one. I knew nothing about stocks. I didn't even know what it was up until Jonathan Van Cleve described it. But whatever it was I was going to do, I wanted to learn it well. And that was, at the time we had a son that was in a leukemia treatment center, and I just had lots of time on my hands, traveling back and forth, and of course, coming home to run my business. And I decided, I'm going to make use of this time, and I'm going to check this out. And so, yeah, when I connected with you, I watched the first video that you sent, and I just, this is just foreign language to me, so I really didn't know what I was getting into.
Yep.
So, and then that's kind of how Courtney called me, and she explained, this is hard work. Do you have the time to do this? And so just want to make sure that this is what you really want to do. And it was just easy for me. It was something that I wanted to do. It was easy in the sense that I wanted to do. I decided previous to that call that I wanted to do this. So then I logged on, and you were able to sign me on, and I was able to get the classes started. That was in January, about the beginning of January, maybe first or second week. And then I think I went through the course probably around about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe is what it took me to get through, because after the second video, I was overwhelmed already. And I just thought, you know what, I'm already in this. I'm going to go ahead and just play it through. I slow speeded Jonathan's. I mean, I know Jonathan doesn't sound like, but I slow speeded the video so much because I was just so slow. I just didn't know a thing at all. But I knew that if I just got through the material first, so that I kind of had some idea, I could fine tune. I could come back and say, okay, well, now this makes sense. I can fill in the gaps now, because none of it made sense. I mean, I didn't know charts. I mean, there was charts, stock charts, and like, wow, and then all the concepts, every fundamental concept that Jonathan laid out, which just, by the way, nowadays, looking back, I'm thinking, wow, brilliant. everything that was on those weekly modules are on. They're the fundamentals of trading, and there is not one thing missing. So that was January. I got through that, and I immediately started trading real money because I didn't really feel like I would handle the practice trading as well. I wouldn't handle my money as well that way. I'm a poker player kind of, and I knew that if it wasn't costing me anything, I wouldn't take enough time to make sure that I was doing the right thing. I would tend to just jump at something and just gamble something. So I didn't do that. I decided to do in January, at the end of January, I immediately started trading very small trades, very, very small. I'm talking small. Like I had, 6 or 8 stocks and, very low amounts, 2 or 3 shares, 5 shares, and, very low beta, a lot of ETF, Vanguard ETFs, that just were, it was a lot it was just really, it was slow. And so in February, I started applying the fundamentals of the lesson. I just immediately started doing this trading thing, and of course, I did everything wrong. You could imagine. It doesn't. You name it, I did it. Buying high, catching the falling knives, catching the butcher knife. I mean, it was horrible. It was, February. I hit all my stop losses. Lost money, was very disappointed. I was thinking, this is not for me. I'm just not smart enough to do this. I'm a builder. I'm a carpenter. These numbers and these charts and these analytics, I don't know. I'm going to leave that to somebody else. And I was discouraged. But then that also made me think, I need to get back to the fundamentals and work harder and ask questions. I decided to ask one question a day in the student community, the beginners. That community right there, that particular aspect of this trade between Vu and Abhi and Tom Loon on the morning trade, man, it just brought everything to life. It made things connect, and every time I asked a question, I got a response from somebody that really, it wasn't just a blow off recital. It was they really taught me how to. I had to study their videos. I don't know how many times just to get what they were saying, but I wanted to get it. That was my first goal. I wanted to get it. My first goal was to trade well. I didn't care if I really made much money. That wasn't really my goal. I wanted to trade well. I wanted to know that I knew why I was entering, why I was exiting, and all of that. I wanted to know every fundamental was really believable, and that's part of the journey for me. Is that it was legit. It was every time I applied what I was being taught, it hit. So, the end of February was horrible, but it made me work harder. And I go into March, and I had 11 trades in March, little ones, $50, $100. Probably in March, I had 11 trades, and I hit all 100% on profit.
Wow.
And that was just because the community, just being in the community every day, spending an hour or so a day on my charts, studying, going back over Van Klu's fundamentals, and just thinking, man, I missed that. What did I miss? There's a gap here. And I would ask Abhi, and they're so good. They're so gracious. They always say, man, that's a nice trend line, but you really messed this one up. Kind of like they're really good. It's just really amazing. I love those guys. I just really think they're amazing. You guys have gold. The community aspect of this is what brought everything together for me. So 11 trades. I made around 150 to 160 a week. Walked it through into April now. I'm still doing it. We got busier at work. I mean, there's a lot going on with our business in the construction trade. So I didn't trade as many, but I still hit about, I still hit 100% profit. There is a stock that's giving me a problem right now, but that, again, that's a learning experience. But everything that I didn't do right, I was able to ask questions about it on the community. And I was able to review the videos. I was able to go back to Tom Loon's day trade stuff and swing trade materials, and it's just amazing. I really enjoy the aspect of this interaction with the community that they really. It's really what brought me along, and then of course the work that is necessary, that it takes to do the stuff. I mean, you got to do the stuff, and you got to do what you're taught to do, and you got to do the stuff. And so I just keep working on it. There's still some gaps on my wave counts. I'm still working on that. I'm a beginner, but I'm hitting 100% yet still in April. So, I know you're not supposed to be able to hit 100%. I don't know, 70, I don't know. But my intention is that if I don't know what I'm doing, if I didn't buy at the right place, then I didn't learn what I needed to learn. And if I got out, if I did not exit in the right exit point with all the indicators and what I've been taught, then I failed something. So I need to go back and figure out. But the nice thing is, it's just Vu and Avi are just a click away. They're such an amazing pair, and then, Tom in the morning, I just love listening to him. I just love going over the videos because I leave for work, well before the trading day starts. And so the nice thing is I'm able to go back when I get home in the evening and say, what did I miss today? I want to go back to the recording, and so I look at the recording on the Q&A, and I look at the recording on the trading session, and then I look over, Avi's videos and Boo's videos, and just the community. It's just it's 100%, man. It's good stuff. It works. I know that if I can make 100, that same principle, I can make 1,000 a week. It's not, because it's the same thing.
Yep.
Whether you're trading for 100 or 1,000 or something, it's the same thing on stocks. So I know, but I'm still in that learning phase. I'm going to continue to do that. So I'm going to do the small trades, but my goal is to hit 100% every time, even though I'm more conservative. I don't hit the highest that it could get, but I pull, but I'm just thankful to you guys that that I learned this from you guys, and everything you're doing is right on. I mean, it's all there. It's the real deal. I don't know how many people I've had on Facebook say, what do you think of this? And I've said, man, it's the real deal. And I've seen them sign up, and it's really cool, to see these guys get on there and they're dragging their friends along, and they're getting on the right stuff instead of all of these, hey, you want to make a quick million in a year, it's what a silly thing. It's, your dad's voice always rings in my head, trading is a risky business. It's not a get rich quick scheme. And he is so right. And we are just, I'm just glad to be a part of the community. So
awesome, and we love having you as part of our community as well. And I think what's really stood out to me with your story is that you didn't give up, right? You went through the program, and I think, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Even me personally, is like, you learn everything, you think you know it essentially, and then you have your you make those mistakes. Everyone makes it, right? Because it's so unnatural. You can't just learn it and then not make the mistake. It's like trial by error essentially. And so, but I think the big thing is that you didn't give up and you kept going to power through with the material and with asking questions every day, like you said, which I think is at the end of the day, you kind of just have to brute force it and like work to it. But I'm sure once you watch the videos a second time, a third time in a row, and you started asking questions, like everything started to click. So it didn't,
and if you were not in a place like this community is, where you could ask the questions, I don't know how you could do it, because there's just so many gaps that needs to be filled in. And it was very discouraging at some point. I just thought like, man, this is hard work. And, but man, it's still hard work. I still spend an hour a day working through my charts and going over videos and lessons, just tightening up, just this week, working on divergence and just getting that down. You can't, I'm not at this point, my goal is, to just do it well, to learn materials well, and to be mentored well. The mentoring is incredible. You just can't beat it.
Yeah. Yeah. So. And I think that's what we pride ourselves on is, a lot of, there's so many educational courses out there, but I tell people all the time, like, our community is one of a kind. Like, everyone's so helpful, super smart. You're learning a top of the line strategy from Tom, and, really it's just, if you ask the question, someone's going to answer you and help you out, essentially. And then it's, as you saw, like, there's a no judgment zone. Like, some people learn faster, some people learn slower. It doesn't matter. Everyone's willing to help out everyone. So. Yeah. Amazing, Tim. I'm really glad I did it. Yeah. Well, we're glad you joined our community. Do you have any final words for anyone out there who's on the fence of joining Stock Navigators? I'm sure maybe, you were at one point looking at other programs before, taking a leap of faith on us.
I didn't look at any other programs. Of course, you get the emails, the Facebook stuff.
Yeah.
Because, as soon as you open the video, it's like, man, it's like this high-pitched stuff, high-pitched stuff. And I'm just like, I don't do that, I'm not interested. I wasn't there thinking, man, I just need to make an extra $500, or do you want to make an extra 1,000? That was what I was looking for. I wanted to know that I knew what I knew, that the horse was in front of the carriage, and if you're trading well, and if you get in this right course, this is the course. I would have to say, those of you who are on the fence with this course, there's going to be moments in this course where you're going to go, my gosh, what did I do? But if you just stick with it and you take advantage of everything that the community makes available, every resource, you're going to get it. It's to me, it's a no-brainer. And it's, I'm a power tool guy, so I run a business and I build new homes for a living, and I buy the best tools. I have the best tools. If I don't have the best tools, I start, I got to figure out why I don't have it, because it's what makes me money. We make money with our power tools, and I think Stock Navigator is a power tool that you cannot not have. It's an absolute necessity. I mean, the fundamentals, it's kind of like the Bible, right? You're going back and reading over and over and watching the video over and over, and then you learn some more. Every time the fundamentals just wake up. With every time you do the stuff, you go, oh, that's why he said that. It's just that you have to press into it. You have to spend the time and be involved in the community, ask the questions, get in there. Why would you spend money and not chase it down, right?
Yep.
Everything that is required to do. So I watch everything that Stock Navigator puts out, and every member and every video, and when I don't understand it, I ask the questions. But yeah, my next goal would be to start, making a plan to trade for bigger trades, but not until I have all of the fundamentals down properly, and that I know that I've got this. I'm not in a hurry to to make money per se, although I am making a little bit. It's and to me it's not the amount, because I work for a living, but if I don't, but if I'm not succeeding at this, then there's no point. And I am, I'm succeeding. What I wanted to do is to trade consistently, to make the entries that I'm supposed to make as I'm being mentored to, and apply it. And if it didn't work, and I say, why did I get faked out? And I've heard Abby say, Tom, I don't know why you're in this deal. Well, yeah, I missed it. You're in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. But it's just, it's so cool, to have those, Uncle Boo and Uncle Abby,
That's so awesome.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
Yeah, no, they're an awesome duo, because Avi knows swing trading super well, and so does Vu, but Vu knows, day trading like the back of his hand, so I think it covers all aspects of the community, so.
Yeah, it is. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
one of these days I'd like to get into the ES, but that's a long ways. I'm scared to death of that right now.
No rush. Just stick with what what works for you, which sounds like swing trading, because you have a full-time, you're working full-time, so.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. And I mean, this, it's a lifelong skill. So as you continue to spend, like what you said, even just an hour a day, I can't even imagine where you'll be a year from now, and then, eventually once you retire, you're able to trade and make a full-time living. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. Your dad is incredible. The teaching, he's just a master, and I'm just like always surprised at what I see, and like, what? It's just so good. But thank you so much, and I appreciate your community, and I hope I can stay a part of the community as long as I can. And I don't know what the next thing will be, but I definitely want to stay connected to Stock Navigator long term, if I could.
Yeah, 100%. Well, thank you so much, Thomas, for taking the time to, share your story and do this. I think this will, be pretty inspirational to a lot of other people out there who are watching, even just, students in our community as well. So thank you so much for taking your time on a Sunday.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for taking your time.
Yep.
All right.
Have a great one.
You too.